Hello there. This is part three of the project to bringing back dinosaurs from the web. Actually, bring back here the good old demonstration from the good old days, the dynamic HTML days of the web. When this case specifically is the Tabaka handwriter HW 1999, written in 1999. And if I that's the version for this is the version from Web Archive, okay? And this is the original version. It's broken in part, but not so broken, right? Basically, the use case here is you insert the microprocessor, turn on. You don't see the lights. The paper comes out. That's fine. Hello world. Hit enter. The paper goes up, but it's missing the O character. The letters are coming out in rows. That's wrong. They need to be side by side, and that's it so far, right? So in a prior episode, I was able to use Codex to help me out downloading the assets. And then the big question is, right? Do I have all the assets? And it was very nice because Codex told me, we have like it's missing the O character, added slash O, and told me it was able to recover 45 or 46 assets. So the dinosaur, although the dinosaur here in this case is to some extent broken, but it was also missing a piece there. And then this is the version now running in my computer without the web archive stuff. And I didn't see the code yet. And but let's see. I can oops, wait. I'm zooming in my camera there, but that's okay, right? Get rid of Marcio. Uh, insert the shapes to works, turn on to works. The paper comes out slightly faster, I guess. Hello there. Perfect. It's here, right? And we can do something now. This is very interesting. So the first thing I really want to do, and I don't know if I'm going to record live, making changes here. But anyway, since I'm recording here, why not continue? First thing I wanted to do is, hey buddy, do you think you could centralize? Do you have the metrics of where is the content area? Probably, right? Because as far as I remember, though, I wrote that in 1999. And as far as I remember, I was using fixed positioning. And I think it's okay for this demonstration. No? So could you, if you know the dimensions of the actual, the canvas, I don't know how to call that, but if you know the dimensions there, could you keep that demo centralized for now? And so that's the first thing. Sometimes, we want to make many things, right? And I wanted, generally, when I'm using Codex to code, I create memos, okay? I code by using memos. I never talk directly in a chat. I mean, of course, right? There's a conversation there, but we have a whiteboard, and whiteboard is a memo document. In this case, I don't know, it's a little bit anxious here. I'm usually anxious, but normally anxious to write memos. But something's coming up there, right? Uh, wow, it's a little bit fast. I'm assuming that I can just reload. Ooh, in the middle of the screen. The good old days of the web. The good old days of the web. All right. Since we are here, I want to document something. I'm lucky. I'm glad. Actually, no. The thing is, I wouldn't find this demo at all. Because how could I start? Oh, I had to do some archaeological effort before, right? But I was lucky that I kept as the as a developer builder. I'm really like there's something that drives my um, the my current position, by the way, is the CEO of Weplex Communications websites platform. But part of what I'm doing there is uh, giving people tools, and actually, in fact, it's an assistant, so they can keep track of their archives in their own website, something like that. But it's a website platform today. So now this is the first time I'm telling people in secret. That's what I'm going for. It's you need to keep track of your archive. And in my website, mgali.com, there is a season here, what I call the good old days of the web. And and I was able to keep some of that, the good old days demonstrations from 1997 to 2000. And the last time I updated this article, I kept a photo of the page from Netscape Communications where Netscape featured my demo in a gallery. So web archive link, check it out. The Netscape What's Hot page from 1997. And back then, in 1997, the typewriter wasn't written. I had other things in there. And maybe this goes for another day here. I had to go bring back other dinosaurs. But nevertheless, the What's Hot category of Netscape Communicator page, customer layer demos. Check it out, this section, right? And the Tabaka Entertainment Technology Connection was the second case featured by Netscape. That was really cool. And it's see, that's a broken page. We need to bring that back, I think. Check it out, right? There is a board of a computer on at the top, and you see the buttons there: Transpay, Mozi Layer, Typewriter, Mozi Focus, and Coming Soon. Those are demos. And as far as I remember, you see the title. I think that title image, it was something like on top here, uh, something like that. And if I remember correctly, these buttons were here. This button was here. This other was right here. The typewriter was right here. Oh, the typewriter demo. Oh yes, that was the first typewriter using CGI beam technology, server side coming images or something. But the one that we're bringing back is the dynamic version. So this is like crazy, right? And can you imagine the amount of layer demonstrations? If you don't know what layer means, you can ask OpenAI to let you know about what's layer from the good old days of the web. But etc. was an entertainment technology connection. Click on each demo button and experience exotic demos using new communicator features. Tabok etc. is a Tabok illusionary production. What the hell? Layers involving layers in JavaScript, lowercase. That's perfect. JavaScript lowercase. That's like this is what this is. Well, anyway, in fact, dynamic HTML, etc., has been redesigned, redesigned in 1997. So it looks like I did something before. Now it is a developer-oriented stuff, providing hot demos, tutorials, and cool outlines on technology for game development over the web. Right. Then there is the illusionary logo in there and the signature of the producer. Disassembling. This was amazing. This section provides you with documents about the construction of each demo. Disassembling is still under construction, of course. All demos will be disassembled soon. Transplay, the first was disassembled, so it looks like I was unboxing and locking, right, projects. Let's see if that works. I remember this. This was the first tech note that I used in 3D to explain another demonstration. So see there, HTML text, a layer with something on top, and an arrow. So what is this demo about? Because we started with the tech note, of course. Oh, you can see you can't see the demo right now. That goes for another day. This parenthesis is huge because what we're talking about is huge, right? Bringing back dinosaurs. That's amazing. Anyway, typewriter centered. almost back to full operation. That's something for us to think about, don't you think? One more demo. Plugging the chip on. Hi there. It's missing the O character, right? Perfect. Thank you very much so far.